Let's get this show on the road, shall we? That's a little bit of new content. I'm not going to be doing the high-end stuff, because honestly, I'm retired from high-end raiding. I retired a long time ago. Right then, let's get this show on the road, shall we? I nipped back on earlier, I nipped back on last night so I could get, so I could completely forget to get something before I went. Right, in any case, I need to nip to Thavnair, because last night I forgot to get something. So giving you. Yep. I nipped on to do a couple of routes to do a roulette last night anyways, after I'd finished the raid, after I'd finished the stream, after Dynamite was over. I don't have anything like that to worry about tonight, so I can just keep on, so I can just blaze through this. Right. I'll go do that. Upgrade boosting from material quick boost. If in doubt, crit. As much crit as is necessary. In any case, I'm going to go back to being a somewhat casual student. And we are going to go back to Mardona. I'll start on that quest into snow afterwards. That will I'm going to do some more monsters. Hop on the Dark Knight and do my leveling roulette. This is going to be a bit more of a chill stream than over the last few days because I'm not going 100 miles an hour to get everything done. Flame on the left, fruit on the right, I think. It's been a while since I've done this dungeon. firstly. Ah, they must be a relative of music. Called Final Sting, and it is basically a one-hit kill. This guy's really difficult. I got stunned. I got stunned, that's tiny. It takes really good time to Oh, brilliant. basically that final sting really, really hurts. Oh, good. place looks complex. It isn't. It really, really isn't. Got this right. And I did. Yep. Bit of free loot's never going to do any harm. In any case, all the time. Like that, we got it. long enough. So if there's any more content, if there's anything more to do. Right, back to Omphalos. Just want to get the rest of the story done. So, to explain my plan, it is believed that the 12 were already worshipped during the Third Astrolabe, when the Allagan Empire flourished. Come the 5th Astrolabe, those nations that fought in the War of the Magi each took one of the 12 as a guardian deity. This practice continued to the present day in Eorzea, with some notable regional differences. For instance, its guardians hold Haloni as absolute, while Sharlians enjoy a moderate relationship with Thaliak. By visiting various locations in Eorzea and learning about the 12 as they are worshipped, I hope to identify any similarities or differences between them and the beings we encountered. In doing so, I believe we will draw closer to the truth of their identities. For our first destination, I propose we take ourselves to Ralga's Reach. The place is holy ground for worshippers of the Destroyer. Pardon me. He promises to heal useful details. Alright. To Ralga's Reach we go then. Oh. What is that? Extract materia. Well then, to Ralga's Reach. It has been some time since I've been there. Don't need editing. So I'd have to edit some of the placements then. Button. Yeah, we're about to probably deal with Azema's followers over in that's it, the step. I'm really not the only person doing this. There you are, Sailor. This place serves as the base of operations for your investigations to Omega, did it not? How delightful for them to be here together. All has served as our base of operations for invading Alamega. If you don't mind my making an observation, it seems to enjoy travelling with company. I do. Something I've dreamed of for a long time. I enjoy coming to books. Sometimes it's fill me up. Do you normally travel? In my wanderings I much prefer to have solitude. Not that I avoid people or communities, mind you. As a matter of fact, I've been here before, on the trail of the Phantom Realm. Oh? Do go on. Well, I think more often than not, those places where Phantom Realm sightings are known to occur have a tradition of 12 worship. To hope to level the right track. As I'm sure you know, Ralga's Reach is home to the Temple of the Fist, the ancient headquarters of the Fist of Ralga. Raised by the Mad King Theodoric, the temple lay abandoned before the Alamegan resistance claimed it for its operations. While I doubt that much literature has survived over the years, the people here may possess some knowledge of the local faith. Let's split up and make inquiries, and reconvene here afterwards to share findings. Alright. gonna wind up trying to leave. She knows what's going on quite a fair bit. Oh, Bloodstorm, yeah, I forgot about that. You read the words inscribed on the monument. The storm of blood approaches fast. Hell's open, heaven's weak. For no one soul doth lie beyond the measure of his reach. It's one time, it explains. We must prepare ourselves for the strife and sorrow that will invariably come. It's been quite some time since I did Storm. Since I'm reading it, to be honest. I may have to think about doing that at one point, but that was a long, bloody story. I hear that in his efforts to unite the people of Alamigo, Amravold has even made inroads with Kaliana, another disciple of the Empire. Perhaps it's because of his unguarded manner and straightforward way of speaking that people are so willing to listen to him. You and me, I think I know a good reader, yeah? Yeah, he was. I know that Amravold owes his profound positive outlook to you and his comrades. You lot have never given up. Now he realises that he is me. When we spoke the other day, he seemed determined to understand others and forge genuine connections with him. So determined, in fact, that he might even give Alf no one of his guilt. Oh, Villain Taylor. It's not perhaps a friend of yours. When he last visited, he shared with me tales he heard of his journeys, and what amazing tales. You have time and love to hear all of these stories. Last winter haste, we investigated the worship of Ralph, seek this strongest direction, and then text him like, can at least tell me found here. About all of it's gone, sadly, destroyed by the Empire, if not the Mad King before that. We haven't lost everything. The mighty image of the destroyer, tales we share in the campfire like a legend of our nation's founding. We still have these things, and they were a source of great comfort and strength to us in our darkest moments. If you don't mind, I would be obliged to hear. I'd be obliged to hear your stories this time. Taylor, rest assured I've well this one in hand. Feel free to carry on as you were. Go to the pub with him. I know that Alamigans like a drink. Alamigo, as far as the voice goes, is basically fantasy Yorkshire. Everybody dressed like they're Greek. A divine dilemma. They're very blue. A scholarly woman, manage. She'll know her shit. Yes, if you have business, please make it quick. Due to meet with someone any moment now. Give him a bit of delay. Give him a delay. Why didn't the adventurer kindly escort me to the Temple of the Fist? He's studying amongst two, perchance. If so, you ought to work together with me and my colleague here. Few things are finer than joining heads with like-minded folk. Well, it's funny to mention it, I'm actually not studying monks, but more Ralga himself and his worship. Researching the worship of the destroyer, you say? Why didn't you mention it sooner? This is a copy of the Destructivity, a scripture of the Fist of Ralga. The original is one of the few texts that survive the temple's raising. It is in the safekeeping of one Professor Eric. I went to the trouble of having this made for my colleague. On the first section, read it, so I'll offer it to you instead. Now let's forget this is your passion, not mine. I'm simply assisting you as a favour, and I thank you not to put us in danger. What's fun in that? body and mind. So sublime, this. Well, we'd best return to our work. Till next time, adventurer. Thank you. Well, let's go and have a read then. Let's go and reconvene. I got some good info there. You know, I like this. I like the music. And, well, yeah, Storm was one of the best of all the Final Fantasy expansions. But there are some good points in this expansion. That is good and bad size. My first one back, here I am. Taylor, what you were able to learn? Yeah, a few things. Oh, and I got this. A copy of one of the scriptures, you say? Moment while I skim over it. I see. This chapter appears to be a record of the construction of the great image of Ralga, written in a style that suggests folklore was committed to parchment. When the deluge of the Six Umbral Calamity threatened Eorzea, the ancestors of the Alamegans were guided to safety by a comet. Believing that it was sent by Ralga, they came to hold him in the highest. This much the tale I'd been familiar with, but according to the scripture, among those refugees who followed the comet, some claim to have caught sight of Ralga himself. Their accounts were passed down through the centuries, and worshippers of the Destroyer pieced them together to give shape to yonder statue. I must say, there's more than a passing resemblance to the being we encountered. Without Ralga at Primal, the explanation for the similarity to be simple. That is, the tattoo gives rise to a unified interpretation of Ralga's appearance, which in turn lends form to the primal. However, this fails to account for what inspired the likeness in the first place. If the scripture to be believed, it was the sightings during the Sixth Umbral Calamity. Yet for those witnesses to be able to recognise Ralga, they would have needed an agreed upon idea of his appearance beforehand. If we then consider the history of the 12 worship, that had already existed in the third astral era, it would not be ridiculous to think that these divinities existed even prior to that. Again, I think they're Ascianate. I think they're from the ancient era. The question is, did these beings give rise to their respective faiths, or are they primals born with them? I thought we had made it clear we're not summoned beings. Oh, great. Oh! Since time immemorial, our domains have lain scattered across Eorzea. As a matter of fact, one of those which you set foot is nearby. It is not unusual for mortals to glimpse us. Voice, could they be? Indeed, I am Biragot, and the hawk beside me is Ralga. I shall elaborate upon my master's explanation. We thus disguise ourselves when we wish to observe the world without, for being seen in our true forms would violate our laws of conduct. Yet though we similarly disguise our sanctums, feeling them in illusion, rents are known to manifest when the surrounding ether is unstable. In such times, should the gifted mortal chance to be near, they may inadvertently catch sight of us. Of course, during normal clarity, a theory-can balance occurs on a star-wide scale, the ideal condition for seeing the phantom realm. Precisely how many times we have been seen, we ourselves have no way of knowing, but that is a sound assumption to make. Well, Piergot, I believe that much shall suffice. Nice by way of an apology for our deception, shall we? Indeed. That is all we are at liberty to reveal. Farewell, children of man. So basically, we've got to do a bit of exploring. Aside from their reticence from where it concerns their identity and objectives, these divinities are certainly approachable. Well, it makes it a little easier at least, doesn't it? If what they said was true, they were to trace back to their sightings, it would serve to explain one thing. I've gone into my research in the field of comparative mythology. Hello, Mecca! Ralgr is often observed to bear many similarities with Ramu. Presuming both are inspired by the Ralgr of the Phantom Realm, their divergence may be attributed to differences in culture between man and sylph. No worries, no worries. Did my little explanation of wrestling... Oh, nice. Oh yeah, did my little explanation of wrestling psychology help? You know, that everything should kind of mean something between the two combatants. Like, everything they do should have some form of reason. It should be that way inclined for most fights, to be honest. It's a bit of a weird idea. It's a bit of a weird explanation to you. Yeah, I know. Wrestling psychology is more in the selling of things. Generally, it's good psychology to use. It's a good psychology to use with any fight scene. Wrestling is just the one way you will see it practiced most often. Do you think that they gave rise to the prevailing faiths of Eorzea? Given available evidence, yes. I'm inclined to, yet none of this explains their presence. How and when did beings of such power come into existence? Oh, it's you, Kral. Something happened. Truly? Very well, I shall take care of it. Yeah, I like that's quite a good idea actually, Mecca. Honestly, she should basically get him in the eyes and then blast the chopper. I was recruiting an acquaintance to aid in our investigation. An authority on mythology. I must go and receive her at some contemporary of Khan, where she's currently conducting field work. After a brief detour to prepare a little something. That's fair enough. So basically, she should just blast the tail rotor. Stanline is home to countless adherents of Althar. While I tend to business, may I ask the two of you to make inquiries in Uldar? Alright. I'm not talking like outright blinding him. A poke to the eyes or a rake to the eyes doesn't blind you, it distracts you for a moment. It's basically something to make him let go of her. So basically, she rakes him across the eyes like that, whatever. Don't blind him, just stuns him for a moment. Blasts the chop, then blasts the chopper's tail rotor, or whatever it's called. And then she promptly legs it. So he's got the choice of either giving chase or saving the people in Chopper. Because I get the feeling he'd be able to recover from getting someone basically give him a quick claw to the eyes very quickly. It also explains why the mist idea wouldn't work, because mist does tend to basically properly stun you. Conveniently, Thamlan is already. Very well. Right, how many more panels? Basically, I think with my idea, you need to do more panels, wouldn't you? Well, if you have to write an evaluation, you could mention that. Alternatively, I'm assuming she has her hands. Well, he's got a hold of her leg, hasn't he? He doesn't have hold of her arms. He has a hold of her leg. Right, then she's got both hands free. Yeah, then she could basically just blast the chopper anyways. So he's got the choice between keeping a hold of her and arresting her, or saving the cops. Yeah, your idea also works really well. Yeah, she does. Excellent. I'll join you as soon as I'm able. By your leave. Yeah, she's not got the gift of flight unless she's got some kind of fucking jetpack. Right, we're off to Uldar. Which is... Oh, Derry. Just press this. Uldar. I suppose it can be helped. You don't like Uldar? I mean, to be fair, I don't blame you. Strange manners for the one who proposed the survey to properly abandon it. I'll not lie, I'm not given to working but I suppose I agree to this arrangement. I'll have a look at the finished products when you're done with it. So far you basically just showed me the sketches. Well, we'd best be on our way. As I recall, Milvaneth Centravian is still close to construction, so let's try and look at Arzeneth Ossuary. With no objections travelling separately, I trust. Good. See you all there. That sounds... That is quite a useful little thing to have. It's basically not static electricity, but the problem thing is, it also means if he touches someone, they're getting fucking zapped. Oh, great. So basically, next time he encounters her, he's not going to be pleased. Arbiters. Right, I dabbled a little bit in thaumaturgy years and years ago, back when you needed to do separate class quests. back when you need multiple classes to be able to work anything. Ah, you're here. Yep. A little bit later on, maybe, when I'm done with my live stream. Of the Deific twins Nalthal, here they worship Thal, who keeps the realm of the dead and weighs the worth of men's souls. In contrast, Nal keeps the world of the living and oversees their financial fortunes. The names are borne by many a location and religious organisations. Some extremely wealthy and powerful exist to nurture faith in them. On the surface it may seem strange that a hub of commerce such as Uldar could be home to such spiritual people. But it's actually quite logical when one considers their religion is in essence commerce. In any event, Nalthal is truly an unusual divinity. What was originally held to be one god came to be worshipped as twins. Indeed, rather than two distinct entities, that which we encountered was a single being possessed of two personalities. Did I mishear? Did he just say they encountered Nalthal? And while his appearance differs somewhat from the divinities worshipped, it cannot be denied that there are striking similarities in their nature. Derek, they're staring at us. We're starting to attract attention. Yep. Yeah, the goggles I like. Forgive me, this is sad with the praise of such a conversation. Let's continue it elsewhere. Yep. Yeah, maybe we should have been discussing that in the Thaumaturge's Guild. Oh yeah, it's the Easter thing. It tells me to openly speak of our encounter with the divinity within the place where he's worshipped. Hereon, I shall exercise greater caution. Thank you for alerting me to my indiscretion. Lastly, keep it between us. Will do. Yeah, a lot of PS1 games had really good music as well. Now then, to finish our conversation, as I mentioned, though Nalthal was worshipped by men appears somewhat different. There are undeniable similarities in their nature. Even more, I believe we may report this much to Grahatia. With that, our work here is done. Rather than waiting for our companion to arrive, perhaps we might seek him out for some temple. You mentioned needing to make a detour. If we set out now, we ought to be able to catch up with him. Yeah, the thing is, Uldar is not Indian themed. There's lots of different areas in the game which are themed to different ones. We'd have different themes. After all, we hardly know one another. Rather than loiter with an unfamiliar person, it is better to use our time productively, wouldn't you agree? Yep. And let us head to the Sungan Temple of Khan at once. It's like, I'm not sure where Uldar's based on. But, say, while Thavner is basically fantasy India, there's a place in the game called... Yeah, that's it. The Azim Steppe. That is fantasy Mongolia. Whereas Yansha and the Ruby Sea are generally based on Japan, and Kugane is, weirdly enough, based on Hong Kong. Domar is very much fantasy Japan. The fantasy Mongolia bit of the Azim Steppe, that's one of the best zones in the entire game. This is Uldar. Which is honestly, even though there's loads of people running around, this is honestly one of my least favourite areas. Not because of how it looks. It's a nice zone because, well... Let's put it this way, the difference between rich and poor is unreal. And there's a lot of rampant greed. This game has a lot of areas. For the most part, Fanland's a bit of a wasteland. Ah. I think that's where you fight it. I think that's where you fight it for it. There. Oh, great. You're alright. Phoebe, please say something. Yeah, thank goodness. Found this woman collapsed so I can see no obvious injuries. By her attire, I can see she appears to be some kind of scholar. I see. Taylor may have to find her bag. I'll stand a lookout in the meantime. Will do. Great! Great. These collapsed woman. Now I'm going to find her bag. Oh, there we go. Yep. Examining the bag, you find a skin with little water left, but there appears to be no profit there. But now you decide to take the water home. A lot of the mounts are rather good. Not today, drive me tough as ever. Do you have anything easy to consume? I don't know. Taylor, Derek, what are you doing here? Actually, that can wait. Steady, Snow Dream. But you work on loaf and coffee. Made sweet and creamy just as you like it. Oh, great. Archon loaf. I'm reborn. Watch time with sweet beverage. The life-giving nutrients of Archon loaf permeate my being from head to toe. Thank you, kind stranger. However you knew my preferred source of sustenance, you're truly a godsend. Oh, it's you, Raha. What brings you here? Don't remember recall mentioning my fieldwork. It's my research into the Balladians' worship of Azema, you see. Oh, Snowdream. They're a woman. They are a Rogadine woman. Have you heard from Kryl? The students are presently investigating the 12, and we'd prevail upon your expertise. Hence the size and the name, Snowdream. May I introduce Snowdream? Expert mythologist. She is a collaborator of the students, and like many a Sharlayan scholar, is passionate about her endeavours to the point of forgetting to eat. Seeing as she has recovered, may I ask the two of you to tell her about the Phantom Realm? Alright. I think you should have bought her a beer. But she's got needed to figure this out. The 12 abide in the Phantom Realm in exchange not only words with them, but blows besides. Incredible! In your description of the domains, a thunderous tower in one and a sweltering city in another, are precisely as the heavens of lightning and fire depicted in legend. In ancient times, worshippers of the 12 believed that there exist 7 heavens and 7 hells. Yeah, I like it actually. It's very much a scholar. Like most Rogadine, she's also bloody enormous. Etherology has since established that the departed soul returned to the ethereal sea. seems those afterlife domains were more than just inventions of mortal imagination. Yep. As a pursuer of myths, I must say it feels somewhat anticlimactic to suddenly have these revelations given to me. But more than that, I'm dying to know more. Which is to say, please allow me to join your investigation. We would, of course, welcome your presence. Without further ado, then, let us head to the Omphalos. Kryl awaits us there. Oh, yeah. It's more... Basically, she was saying she was feeling better because she's no longer hungry. Yep. It's like... Don't misunderstand this. Taylor's big. It's like my dude Taylor. He's the tallest a human character can be in game. That lets you know how big Rogadin are. Boring someone, I know. Look, you wouldn't want to bore anything around here. You don't want to do that to anything around in all that in there. There's golems. Break your teeth on blooming stone. Semi-conflict, though, they're made of crystal. And cactus. There's cactus. They're cactus. Mordona. Yeah, I love Mordona. I will be starting Mass Effect 2 probably when I'm done with Tales of Berseria. Which I'm not sure how much longer I've got to go on that. Probably quite a while. If it looks like I'm going to have ages, I will alternate. Because Tales of games tend to be quite long. Really, Kryl? Yeah, I'll be going back to Tales of Berseria at the weekend. Sunday, Monday and Tuesday because I've got 3 days off in a row. Welcome back everyone, and welcome Snowdream. Glad you could join us. Well, how delightful to see you again. I understand you've been doing a fine job leading the students. May I say what a lovely place this is? At a glance it appears to be the height of the heavens of legend. The seventh heaven. Ooh, if those aren't symbols representing the other heavens, I take it those are their respective gateways. I should like to pay them all a visit. For Snowdream's benefit, let us review what we've learned thus far and then deliberate on the next step. Go explaining. The gods reappeared before us in Ralka's Reach, though they were disguised as unseen creatures. Their laws are bit forbidden them from showing their true forms outside their realm. Yet in the event that the ambient ether becomes unstable, such as during an unknown calamity, it is possible for the realm, indeed the gods themselves, to be glimpsed by mortals. And such sightings we believe have given rise to the various faiths and faiths practiced throughout Eorzea. As we confirmed in Undar, the Nalthal worshipped by people and the Nalthal we encountered here have more similarities than they do differences. Yep. In the course of exploring the Omphalos, two things caught my attention. Do go on. The first is the gate which lies in the innermost area. If each of the other 6 gates leads to an elementally aspected heaven, and we stand in the 7th heaven as Snowdream says, what then lies beyond that last gate? What indeed? The second is this monument. It harbours some manner of magic unlike anything I've seen before. I will endeavour to decipher it, but it will take time. It looks like an aetherite. divinities that have existed since time immemorial, who abide in domains resembling the heavens of legend. Why have they chosen to reveal themselves to mortals seeking battle? Unless they favour us with more of their secrets, it would seem this monument holds the key to solving the mystery. Indeed, much more yet lies beyond our understanding, but we'll keep chasing the truth together. As I'm sure you'll agree, though, this is tiring work, both mentally and physically. We need to pace ourselves. To which end, might I suggest we return to Revenant's Toll and have a rest before we embark on the next stage of our investigation? Well, that sounds like a good move. I mean, we could probably operate out of Revenant's Toll again. I'm sure Tataru will be happy for us to do that. Oh, the pub. He's got wine. So rarely do I get to simply chat with colleagues. I've fairly forgotten what it felt like. Indeed. It's quite fitting that we're doing so here. The seventh heaven. Fitting? That's an understatement if I've ever heard one. The seventh and highest of the heavens, which rules over the reigning six, was right here in Mordona all this time. Easy, girl, easy. This isn't fitting, my friends. It's destiny. Easy. You're obviously well versed in the myths surrounding the heavens and hells. If you don't mind, I should like to hear your thoughts on them. They've got shish kebabs. Invested as they are in the research, it will take much to stoke their passions. My apologies if it makes you uncomfortable. He's not complaining, he's got a pint. Having always travelled alone, I'm admittedly not too familiar with such a lively atmosphere, but I do not dislike it. That's good. By the way, the two of you arrived at the Tungan Temple rather quickly. It's my app. Tell you later. Well, as pleasant as it's been, it's past time we return to the annex. The paperwork for this commission is going to complete itself for us. Oh, lovely. Then it'll take myself to the envelopes. There's so much there that I'd like to see. And I believe I'll go for a walk nearby. It's getting a little warm in here. Alright, do take care now. Thank you. Hey, yours here, it's yeah, it's yeah, I'm good at. I know how to spell it. If I'm on this level, okay. Yeah, oh, Taylor, it's pleasant, isn't it? The smells and sounds of the tavern make me feel alive. And afterwards, stepping outside alone and breathing the cool air, like that just as much. While we await developments, I shall remain here in the Revenant's Toll. If there are any tidings, rest assured I will share them with you. Thank you for your help thus far. I doubt so much could have been accomplished without you. Right, Right then, that's that first quest line over with. So next, back to Rabs at Han. For another, I believe, a mini quest line. Before that, so I don't lose, so I can make this a bit more proper, gonna do another roulette. I'm gonna do it as a job I'm very familiar with. There must be new items they've got available for us. Maybe ribbon. A lot of that is basically, that's all crafting stuff. Right, back to quests. I was expecting something a little longer. Right, here is the Hall of the Radiant Host. Well, basically the troops in this area. Travels fast, my friend. We've all heard about your exploits defeating the blasphemous and slavely good people of Eorzea and Doma. Sadly, there are other fell beasts that yet want for slaying, but fear not. Our efforts to bring them low proceed apace, and we've had naught but glad tidings from our allies. In fact, we but recently received working resistance forces in Borgia that were blasphemous slain. Thanks in no part to Lord here to timely assistance. Oh, in Borgia, nice. Past the most surprising report came from Whirling, where soldiers left by the infamous Black Wolf fought alongside Alamegan troops threatening another hard-earned victory. Gaius? Oh, good to see he's busy. Rotten Garland, however, suggested another blasphemy threat lurks in the shadows, and we received a petition for assistance. Oh, great. Strange, don't you think? When the effects of the final days began to spread in earnest, we encountered a great many monsters in Galmal, but never a blasphemy. To make matters worse, they say the Gallians who tried to remain and rebuild have begun transforming into yet more hideous creatures. From what I understand, it was you and your comrades who brought an end to the scourge of the final days, is that right? Even so, it would appear its effects will linger a while longer. Until this malevolent influence on Akasha subsides, I dare say this won't be the last time we hear of such sightings. As for blasphemy, we have reason to believe it is a great deal stronger than any we've faced thus far. Your strength and experience would prove quite valuable, if you're willing to help, of course. Of course I'll help. This is the kind of shit I live for. Truly, our contacts in Charlian will be thrilled to hear it. Though they did not explicitly request your presence, it was clear from the first they were hoping for it. Though if I may be frank, I was not expecting Charlian of all places to be so concerned with the present state of Garland, what with their strict policies on non-intervention. Perhaps we'll find out the reason before this is all over. That's an inquiry for another time. I'll not keep you any longer. But to arrive in Garlemald, I think the intelligence officer stationed there will be more than happy to apprise you of the situation. Every other time we've been having to talk goes through the delegates. This time it's been given to us right from Shirabat herself. So this thing must be a threat. Right then. I believe they should be in Camp Broken Glass. Ah, there's the intelligence officer. Talo? The Talo? It's not to have you with us, sir. I presume you're come to assist us in our hunt for the blasphemy? Yep, that's why I'm here. Maxima and Lucia will be pleased to hear it, if you'd come this way. Gladly. Good to see you, Taylor. Though I wish it was under more fortuitous circumstances. We were reluctant to call upon you, knowing you but recently returned from the far reaches of the heavens. But we are no less glad for your aid. Yeah, pretty much fully recovered from that. And the fight with Xenos. With Xenos? Yep. You can handle this. Anyways, I believe it best if the man who first discovered this blasphemy explains the situation. What the fuck are you doing here? Ah, Taylor. Good, we may forego introductions then. Thank you for answering our call for assistance. As for the situation at hand, it concerns a joint effort between the Forum and the Lockridge to find a new purpose for the moon. While there is no longer a need for a vessel to evacuate the star, we believe the moon may yet prove of use to the people of Aetheris. Yeah, Aetheris is the planet. Eorzea is just the region. After much contemplation, a rather ingenious proposal was put forward to transform the moon into a repository for man's knowledge, an archive of hitherto unseen scale. Charlian has long had the honour of boasting incomparable repositories of the world's knowledge, but it is far from perfect. So calamity befall us, natural or otherwise, the wisdom of ages we have long laboured to preserve would be lost. But the moon is beyond any such risk. What's more, it is beyond the jurisdiction of any one nation. Thus did we consult the allied nations of Eorzea, the Far East, and Radzat Han. They agreed to assembling a survey team to take measure of the moon and its potential as a repository. Our plans for assessment were forestalled, however, by the presence of an entity we believe to be a blasphemy in the Tower of Babil. Oh dear. Claims of Gallian citizens transforming into monsters shortly after its discovery only gave further credence to our initial supposition. Yeah, there's an area on the moon. Sacrum Lamentoris, I think it is. I'll have to have a look in a moment. But we've got only ill tidings to share. Reinforcements have been dispatched to aid us in quelling the blasphemy threat. Lord Atwell and a member of Gridania's Keepers of the Entwined Serpents have already begun an investigation into the catalysts of these transformations. Though the skies no longer burn and the spread of this affliction is much curtailed, we must remain vigilant. Until the blasphemy threat has been quelled, Alphano and Alice have graciously offered to help keep calm the people of Tertium while we attend to the people here. Oh good. The matter of the blasphemy is not so easily resolved, I'm afraid. We recently met with certain complications that have hit our plans. Yugiri and Fordola are presently deliberating how best to resolve the situation. Perhaps it would be best if you heard the details directly from them. Oh, Yugiri and Fordola, that's a dangerous team right there. I'd like to join you if I may. As this endeavour was originally undertaken on Charlian's behalf, I feel it is my responsibility to see this through to its conclusion. Will do. See you both in a bit. Let's see what I have left. Trying to find something I can wear with this little top. There's something I can actually equip with this job. There's not much here I can use. So let's just keep going. Somehow I'd known you would turn up eventually. Well, yeah, this is what I do. I did not expect to see you here of all places, but I'm no less glad for your presence. I believe word of the blasphemy, I presume word of the blasphemy, is what brought you here. In which case, I believe it may be best if a member of the reconnaissance team's guard explains the situation. Ah, an acquaintance of yours. Long time no see, Lawrence. I don't tell you were the worldly sort, but bugger me if I know where you heard me name before. Just low sort of hire, hoping to fan me purse with a touch of mercenary work after taking me leave from Limsa. The job sounded simple enough, but, well, sure you wouldn't be here if it were, eh? But you didn't come all this way to hear about me, did you? The blasphemy we're after is making its nest in the upper reaches of the Tower of Reveal. The auxiliary sector, I believe it was. But you want alone. Besides the horde of beasts were circling around about like knights protecting the Queen. Naturally, we thought to strike from a distance before engaging in earnest, but not a single bullet reached its mark. They were protected by some manner of mystical shroud, as far as I can figure. Without a keen eye for magic, I don't see anyone came from. By the time we understood the futility of the situation would be spotted, retreat was our only option. I hated to say it, but there won't be any brute forcing our way through this one. My understanding was that, when transformed, these blasphemies are completely devoid of ether. What energies could it be create such a barrier? That's the question, isn't it? My first thought was some heretofore unknown technique of conjuring shields. Same at me death when it comes to matters of magic. It's precisely why I plan to speak with the Elder Seedseer when she arrives. If anyone can help us find a way to overcome the blasphemy's protection, it's her. In the meantime, we trouble here to help with the not-so-small matter of people changed into beasts. Blasphemy's order were large enough when first we found it. We can't afford for more to join its ranks. Very well, we shall reconvene with Lord Atwell and discuss strategy. Atwell, yeah, they're not fucking around if he's here. And before you go, there's something else you should know about Tower. When moment we set foot inside, I could swear there was someone or something watching us. Shrugged it off, thinking it's a figment of mere imagination, but in hindsight, I'm not so sure. I'll keep that in mind. Nothing to worry ourselves about now, but best keep on your guard when we do finally return to the tower, eh? Great. Great, there's someone up in that fucking tower over there, the thing that's glowing red. Keeper of Flying Serpents, i.e. the Elder Seedseer's second in command. In normal circumstances, I would never dream of leading the Elder Seedseer's side. That tower even being there is a bad sign. That's the thing. Considering the nature of these blasphemies and the calamity they bring, she insisted on a representative. She insisted a representative for Gridania precede her arrival. It would appear their investigation into the recent reports of refugees transforming is well underway. Artelo, it's good to have you with us, my friend. Indeed. The word before us is not an easy one, and the man of your talents will prove invaluable to my efforts. We but recently returned from reconnaissance, wherein we made a few rather surprising discoveries. First and foremost, we were pleased to discover that no one residing within Cambroken Glass or Tertium have turned, no doubt thanks to the concerted efforts of Maxima, Alphino, and Alisay. However, we have reason to believe that those who did turn all hail from Locus and Venus. You mean Corvus, the Galleon's ancestral home? Very same. When the ill effects of the final days began to manifest there, a number of Galleon refugees from the region sought sanctuary in Garlemald, but the capital was already in ruins when they arrived. They were offered asylum, but many refused and instead chose to fend for themselves on the outskirts of the city. We are of a mind to go and speak with them directly. If you would care to join us, perhaps together we can learn what of their recent circumstances has triggered such terrible change among their people. Right, great. Ooh. Time being of the essence, I believe it prudent we split into two groups and cover as much ground as we may as quickly as possible. If you and Master Fortuno would inquire about the people at Victor's Spoils, the two of us shall see what we may learn at Liminal Station 4. When you've finished, pray meet us there. Basically, this is exploration of Garlemald. Victor's Spoils is to the east of here, yes? Let's be off. Right then. That's the Storm Blood Dragoon attire. Spoils all the way over here. And that's all the way over to the Nether Gate, which is in the tower. I should mention, by the way, that we do need to deal with this. But the thing is, that tower is the gateway to the fucking moon. I've been there. You have to go there as part of the main story. If they should choose to reside here in the cold, I can but presume they will not be amenable to conversation. Even so, we must not be deterred. Come. You see, you have to go to the moon as part of the main story. In fact, it's the first part. In fact, it's one of the bigger parts of Endlore. Talk? What's there to talk about? We have no home, no future, nothing. This doom spells the end for us all. I don't know what the German word is for moon. Don't really know what much in German is. Oh, that? Let me re-summon it. Got new mounts here somewhere. Battle Panther. Level checker. Let's see. Aridaeus. It's a mount from one of the raids. Come to hear our grievances, have you? We've more than you have time to hear them, I'm sure. We've lost not one but 2 homes. Our loved ones, our livelihoods, there's nothing left. I've served my time with the military, for what? To lose all my friends? My son? And there was not to show for it, but I claimed to Locus Aminus. So we thought. Demond. Then. Calamity was visited upon us for reasons we know not, and when we thought to flee, it followed us on our heels to Garlemald. Ruin and ash at every turn. There's one more. This is where we found our first bunch of refugees. Can't imagine why you or anyone else would feign interest for our troubles, but if you insist. You find a great many of the people here were in the military at one time or another. Some retiring with honours and others without. Sadly, I want a latter. Bore one too many scars in battle. Even so, my contributions were enough to warrant leave to move to a Locus Aminus. It was a land of warmth and bounty. The Corvosi rebellion admittedly proved troublesome for a time, but it didn't take long for the Second Legion to quell their uprising. Practically drowned in the calm and quiet. Then one day the skies came alive with flame. We were overrun by all manner of foul beasts, born of our brothers and sisters. The Second Legion barely had time to assemble their forces before they were overrun and stuffed out. Barely escaped with our lives. But we were greeted with only more wrack and ruin on our arrival here, and we've not the strength to take our home back from the Corvosi a second time. Nothing left for us anywhere. Did you learn of aught of how they came to be in such dire straits? Afraid so. The same. The military forces of Locus Aminus were defeated in the wake of the final days. Desperate to survive, they naturally fled to Garlemald, seeking sanctuary. It was their hope that the might of the Empire would allow them to reclaim the home they were forced to abandon. The capital was already in ruin when they arrived. Yeah, thanks to Xenos. The massive civil war that erupted when the last Emperor died. And the fact that both sides were being played against each other by Daniel. Needless to say, the lands they have long believed to be the entitled home of the Gallian people may remain forever lost to them. Those unfamiliar with history would believe they have always resided in the bitter cold climate of northern Isbad, but that was only after the Corvosi invaded 800 years prior. With the advent of Matadec, I imagine it was all too easy for Emperor Solus to rally his people and take back what they believed to be rightfully theirs. Emperor Solus, i.e. Emmett Selk. History would tell us true. The land they call Locus Aminus has been known by other names, and served as homes to myriad peoples. Indeed, you need only look back to the Allegans reign in the Third Astral Era to give the lie to Gallian claims of sovereignty. And even had they such ancestral ties to Locus Aminus, antedecents cannot justify their animosity to foreign peoples. Animosity poorly veiled by delusions of justice has been the case of so many nations throughout history, including yours. But that man had the strength of will to break free from just chains of hatred. Help! Someone help! They've turned! Another monster! Quickly, Taylor, we haven't a moment to lose. Great! My mate seemed unwell, so I thought to come over and look in on him. Next thing you know, he... No one appears to be injured. Did he not attack? Just walked off in the direction of the tower, in a daze as if it was calling to him. He could not have gone far. If you would go after him, I'll remain here and see that all are accounted for. Alright then. Righty doggo. back to the victims spoiled. The beast is slain then, thank the heavens. Through a blessing no others have turned, and the measure of calm has been restored, if only for the moment. Witnesses were able to offer a clue as to the source of the transformation. They claimed the afflicted will listen to this radio. Even now it continues to play the same cryptic message. Oh, brilliant! Empire, no more, never again. Rise, ashes. Though distorted by radio static, you can hear a voice saying the Empire is no more. Never again shall it rise from the ashes. How is this possible? There are no facilities left standing that could possibly deliver a broadcast. Anima was capable of sending such a message. Be that as it may, Anima is no more, and the Tower of Babil has fallen into disrepair by your hand, no less. Which begs the question, who or what could be behind this? Taylor, Master Fosno, a moment if you would. Oh, they're boss heavy guns. Shortly after we finished our inquiry at Liminal Station 4, Lord Aymeric and Admiral Merlvib arrived and requested an audience. Apologies for our late arrival. Knowing firsthand the devastation of which blasphemies are capable, I discussed the matter with the Admiral, and we are of one mind that the situation warranted our immediate presence. It is safe to presume a representative of the survey team has already arrived. Indeed I have. Thank you for coming all this way on such short notice. Recent events here at the camp have proved most enlightening. This is the aforementioned radio. Empire, no more, never again. Rise, ashes. A harsh reminder of their misfortune. Sufficient to push some wayward few over the edge, it will seem. Yet there still remains the question of who is sending this message and from where. Glory, everlasting, Garlemald. That's new. For glory everlasting, for Garlemald. No, it couldn't be. You recognise this message. A mantra often spoken by Lord Nerva. Anyone who lived in the provinces under his authority could scarcely forget those words. Nerva. That's bad. Nerva ye Galvus. Or Vio Galvus. He sought to claim the throne after the assassination of Emperor Varys, did he not? After civil war broke out, he all but disappeared according to the intelligence we managed to gather. How could he have managed to breach the tower undetected? To have done so and remain unnoticed by the creatures infesting the tower seems a nigh impossible task. Unless... Do you think the voice on the radio is Nerva? In the manner of speaking, yes. Not as the man he once was, but as a blasphemy. Robbed of the throne and forced to watch the empire he longed to command crumble before his very eyes. If such loss did not drive him to the same fate as Quintus, the despair he felt no doubt overcame him and turned him. I should mention, Quintus was a Gallian legate who, upon realising that the empire would never... basically... he's trying to force the empire back together, would fail, shot himself. Yet his gun. Nerva's allusion to grandeur aside, the Gallians plight sounds not unlike the Sargi, desperate to reserve their spawning grounds. Indeed, though unscrupulous by any measure, the Gallians found solidarity in their ideology, as did the people of Ishgard and the Church. A truth without hope or purpose is all too easy for despair to take hold. Would that a remedy were as simple as offering them the land as we did the Targin. in all likelihood, the Guardians would refuse to settle for aught less than that than what they believe to be the ancestral home of Locus and Minas. A claim the Corvosa would readily take arms to denounce. We would do well not to further fan the flames of animosity twixt them. Perhaps at the very least we can offer them peace of mind, and a means to regain some semblance of stability in their lives. To offer them true comfort and stability, Garlemald must be rebuilt. By no means an easy solution, but perhaps the only one worthy of pursuit. Of course, the new Garlemald must remain a sovereign nation, free from the oversight of others. They see no meaning in it otherwise. If I'm not mistaken, Alphino and Alistair have already made strides in helping the people regain some normalcy in the day-to-day living. The most important first step, but it would mean little without proper leadership. Rather than a single individual, perhaps a government body of souls would be more effective. Yeah, there are a number of former Senate members among the refugees in Canberra class. But after all, with their help, creating the framework for new governance is not a possibility. Let us call the people together and see what they make of our proposal. But yeah, we're gonna have a boss fight by the sound of things. Lord Nerva Galvus. The final day hasn't taken much from you all. I can but imagine the pain you feel in the face of such immeasurable loss. And though the final days have been averted, its effects yet linger, and a blasphemy has been born of your suffering. Decisive action must be taken before further harm is brought upon you. To overcome such adversity is too great a task for any one person, but as a people united there may be yet hope for the morrow. While it is not our place to decide how you will move forwards, we would offer a small measure of guidance. We were told a number of former members of your Senate yet remain among you. Would you be amenable to an interim government led by these individuals until such time as Garlemald can be rebuilt? Like, no. Rebuild Garlemald? Such a thing truly possible. Even if we do cobble together some governing council, they won't be making anything out of that pile of ash we dare call Garlemald. There's no option of going back to Locus Minas either. Those are our only options. I realise to rebuild Garlemald is a seemingly impossible task, but you needn't undertake it alone. My children are working with members of the First Legion as we speak to begin an organised relief effort. And there are others from the provinces no doubt willing to lend their expertise. You need but ask. Those will be conquerors, but as brothers and sisters of this star, and others will heed your call. If you should still see no merit in the rebuilding of Garlemald, then I would instead offer you residency in Sharlayan. Promise you'd be welcomed with open arms. I'm not sure they'd want to eat your cuisine, though. Sharlayan? So now you'd expect us to go and lick boots in some country we've never even heard of? My apologies if I appeared only forward in my proposition. Considering our strict policies on non-intervention until but recently, it's not surprising that you were unfamiliar with my homeland. It is an island nation to the north, home to myriad peoples, which is why I believe it would not prove difficult to accommodate you and yours. To be clear, you would not be migrating to Sharlayan to live in servitude. You have my word that each and every one of you would be guaranteed citizenship upon entry. Why exactly would you go to such an extent for us? For the conquerors you barely know. Sharlayan was long aware of the coming doom that would be the final days, and so we were preparing to evacuate the star, taking as many people and resources as our stores would allow. Initially, it was our intent to save the people of Garlemald as well, but we had not forgotten your transgressions invading Alamigo, your rejection of our entreaties for peace. After a great deal of deliberation, it was decided that we would forego an invitation to Garlemald, a determination made with great trepidation. We had convinced ourselves it was ultimately for the greater good, though I can think of at least one individual who would continue to protest. To ignore the plight of those who might conceivably save is not wisdom, it's indolence. He kind of force-fed you those ones. Sage counsel I brazenly cast aside when confronted with the final days in earnest. But Taylor here and his companions refused to forsake those we were otherwise unwilling to save. With great risk to themselves, they achieved the impossible, and opened my eyes to the error of the forum's decision. We follow the road leads to ruin regardless. Perhaps we should at least consider it. I think at least got a woolly hat. Then it would be my pleasure to invite both you all to Camp Broken Glass, where you will have warm food and beds both. Come on. Admiral Merlevib and I shall speak with Maximum and the others and consider how best to assist the Garleans moving forward. So we broach the subject of the blasphemy, however, we will not hesitate to call upon you. Good. That's what I'm here to deal with. Okay, that's ominous. I'll take the tinctures of strength. I may wind up getting some high quality ones because they're quite good for dealing with, for increasing my DPS. It's tricky. The Garlemald's a very tricky situation. Xenos didn't so much fuck him over as basically Emperor Varys was preparing to use what can only be described as nerve gas in a war. Nerve gas that the Ascians were going to use to cause a calamity. The 8th, what would have been the 8th Umbral Calamity. The one that tips the scale. Or the 7th. I'm not sure which one it'd been, but it would have tipped the scales. And it would have been bad. It was a light-based one. And the thing is, Xenos doing that, and the thing is, Xenos killing his own dad, that, either way, the Garleans were fucked. They were fucked either way. No, just Xenos. Garlemald basically had revered their emperor. In this case, Varys. The problem is, Varys was a fucking megalomaniacal tool, and Garlemald would have followed him to the grave. Xenos didn't kill him. However, Xenos didn't... Yeah, he would have put... Yeah, like Putin. The key thing is, Xenos didn't kill him because of the nerve gas. I mean, that was only a part of it, but that wasn't the primary reason. Xenos killed his dad, killed Varys, because Varys was basically spoiling his hunt. Hang on a sec. Sort this dead quick. I believe the words Xenos used were, any and all that interfere with my hunt will not do so twice. And then he shanked him. Because Xenos, he didn't give a shit about the Empire. He didn't give a shit about ruling it. That's why there was a massive civil war between two factions, the flames of which were fanned by Fandaniel, who played both sides against each other. And Fandaniel had allied himself with Xenos. It's not so much we're helping them. We've sort of sorted this whole mess out, so now we're helping them get back on their feet. We're not trying to conquer them, because they're no longer a threat. The family, the ruling family, the people who are in charge of that, they're gone. The Galvus clan, as far as I can tell, is long gone. It's like Solus or Emmett Selk or whatever, Hades, he's long dead. Varys is long dead, and Xenos, fuck knows. I think he's gone, but we saw his the Void Scented sort of attach himself to as a Reaper at the arse end of 6.1's main story. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. The other issue was, after Garlemald, after the Civil War was over and basically both sides were fucked, that's when the tower got built. The tower that's the gateway to the moon. Misguided few. With the Galleon's heart to seize, the likelihood of others turning has greatly diminished. That said, it is no cause to grow complacent. We must needs find a way to overcome the blasphemy's protective warding. If I understand correctly, a blasphemy's behaviour is oftentimes influenced by the memories and emotions of their originator, in which case it would be prudent to learn more of the man who birthed this monstrosity. That tower was built so so Xenos and Fandaniel could get to the moon. Well, partially. Two reasons. One, for them to get to the moon. That was the secondary reason. The primary reason was to basically release the primal that was locked, that was sealed within the moon, Zodiac. How fortuitous then that a number of the soldiers from the 3rd Legion are in our custody. For a mercy, their tempering was not so severe as to be beyond our ability to heal them. They are presently being treated at Camp Broken Glass. Perhaps the camp's intelligence officer can tell us who among them knows aught of Nerva's whereabouts. Right then. Back over to Camp Broken Glass. Yeah, basically saying, inside that tower, basically saying, that central tower was a cannon that they fired at the moon. Not to destroy it, but to destroy the seal placed upon Zodiac. One seal. Kind of, yes. The thing is, the cannon failed to release Zodiac. I know. There were 4 seals. 3 seals on Zodiac. No, there were 6 seals. It destroyed 5 of them. So they had to basically go destroy the other one. And manually destroying the seal really kind of released Zodiac. The only thing is, Zodiac is a weird cage, it's a weird thing. It was mindless, so it needed someone to control it. And this this wasn't part of Xenos' plan, it was part of Fandango's. But it led to the final days happening. Bit of a complex plot, really. Right then. A word with the intelligence officer. I see. Perhaps it would be best if you speak with Virgilia, legatus of the 3rd Legion. She's still on the mend, but the Chirurgians aren't like to oppose a brief conversation. If you'd wait here a moment. Alright. Oh, she looks knackered. She looks like Fordolo a bit. Except with a galleon 3rd eye. Eosius champion, I presume. His co-hosts. Well, not exactly. What business have you with me? Elizabeth is faced with an imminent crisis. We believe the knowledge you bear may be key in stopping it. Thus do we believe that the blasphemy to be murder, his whereabouts from the wake of Garlemon's fall, or lack thereof, give credence to our theory. Lord Nerva? From what we have pieced together thus far, you were one of the last to see him alive. Please, will you not share with us what you know? Very well, though it is backed on me knowledge I possess shall avail you not. I last spoke with Lord Nerva shortly after the warring with the 1st Legion began. Cloistered within the lower levels of the Seneculum Imperialis, he spent the better part of the day listening attentively to the radio. He seemed hopeful or perhaps desperate for news that might turn the tide in our favour. The next day, I left for the front line. It was there that I heard a terrible noise, which I assumed came from the Tower of Beale. The darkness took me, and I remember not after that. I was told the radios protected those close to them from the effects of the tower, in which case Lord Nerva would have remained unaffected. But he has ever been devoted to Garlemald, for glory everlasting, he would say. To watch the empire he loves so dearly crumble, I can think of no one who would be more stricken by the sight. It would seem we were right to assume what became of him. Yeah. It does not surprise me that beast would choose to make his nest on the Tower of the Beard. He stands atop the remains of the Imperial Palace, the throne he revered so long. But the Empire is no more, and Lord Nerva apparently is no longer the man he once was. He deserves to be laid to rest, together with his dreams of glory. We will fell the beast, you have my word. Apologies for the interruption. Canacena has arrived and we're ready to depart. It's good to see you, Taylor. Master Fortuno. I've spoken with Lorenz of the Ward detecting the blasphemy, and I am quite confident that some manner of ether-based magic bars our path. If I made it so bold, Elacitia, we reached the same conclusion initially. but that is simply not possible. These creatures born on the final days of the devoid of ether. As such, they would be able to produce the barrier in a manner to which we are accustomed. I suppose they, if possible, they manipulated dynamics to achieve a similar effect. I too thought to dismiss the notion of a barrier fueled by ether. That is, until I stepped foot in the gallery. Even now I can sense streams of ether flowing towards the tower. Its purpose was, after all, to harvest reserves of energy sufficient to reach the moon. Even if one was incapable of manipulating ether directly, it stands to reason control of the tower would alleviate such a need. To merely conjecture, of course. I cannot say it for certain until I have examined the currents with my own eyes. Might I ask for you to accompany us? Of course. I'll join you as well if I may. My injuries would keep me from being of use in battle, but my knowledge of the light serves as well as my blade. I will not be opposed to your company, but it's not my decision to make. It's alright. This may go as long as it remains under watch by you and others. Yeah, her armor is pretty cool. Very good. Might I suggest we begin with Regio Urbanissima? I sense the greatest confluence of evil in that vicinity. Alright. Yes, it's Garlean. I think I know who those boots belong to. That's me. I think that's Nero. Garleans tend to go for Latin names. Not just officer, he's former legate. I can't remember her full name, but the middle bit between her first name and the last name was Van, which by Garlean rankings means legate, or high legate. Basically, a general. Basically, that's a high rank. Part of me does not wish to believe this blasphemy is Lord Nova. I failed to protect him. And yet. Flows toward the tower. Yeah. With Garlean, it's like alphabetical. So the highest he can get is Z, and that's Zeus, which is Emperor. Like only one person holds that. And Ye means someone with. Yeah. Generally, legate is basically that. I believe it's. Hang on a second. I remember how I'm very good at spelling. I know how to remember shit like that for some reason. So I thought, the ether stream here flows towards the tower, as do all others in this region, no doubt. Yeah, you're better at image work. You're better at pictures. He's like, I'm very good, I'm quite good, my handwriting's fucking appalling, don't get me wrong, but my spelling is perfect, for the most part. This convergence first began when the Telophoroi elected spires in all corners of Eorzea to fuel the Tower of Babil. But once destroyed, this diversion of ether should have ceased. Someone knows how to manipulate it. Alright, whoever you are. If your business with us, quit your skulking about in the shadows and speak your piece. It was you there in tower, wasn't it? Oh yeah, you were Nero. My, you're sharper than you look. What the hell are you doing here? Oh yeah, you're Garlean. I recognise you. Nero, yeah? Why are you following us? I should mention, he was the rank right... Yeah, he's a friend. Yeah, he's a friendly. So, he was right... His name, that means he was right under a legate. But the thing is, the unit he was with, Gaius van Baelsar's unit, went rogue. And now he works for Sid, who said, I'm following you. Being near to Garlemald, does it not stand to reason I might be inclined to see what has become of my home? I know what you're scheming, but we've no time to entertain your games. Perhaps Master Garland would make better company for you. Spare me. I'm a man of great ambition and greater intellect, far beyond the scope of anything Garland could hope to achieve. He keeps his head in the clouds, while I set my sights to the star beyond. This is why I stuck into the tower. But like us, you couldn't get past the blasphemy to reach the transporter. Yes, well, I was very much hoping you would disperse with that little obstacle. And having caught wind of your plans, curiosity compelled me to see if you were truly up to the task. Do you have reason to believe we're not? Perhaps does the great genius Nero mean to dispense with the blasphemy himself? Far be it from me to steal your glory, having come all this way. But as I am feeling generous, I will tell you what I learned during my time in the Tower of Babil. I was able to access his systems, you see, and discovered one of those dreadful spires still appears to be active. Possible. Don't vanish when an animal was destroyed. Yes, and I've heard of your escapade reclaiming the remains of the Emperor. Obviously you failed to reclaim his entire body. As it stands, a piece remains powering a tower at Fabrica. Right, before I continue this, I need to nip to the gents. But yeah, I'm back. But yeah, for the most part, Nero is a friendly. Ah yes, the manufacturing district, just north of the erstwhile Imperial Palace. A rather impressive feat, considering how these lands are so utterly devoid of aether, barely enough to sustain life, let alone the spire. If one were to use Varus's remains to forcibly create a confluence of sorts. Precisely. And what I gleaned of the tower's systems, its heart serves as its core. Coursing not with blood but your precious ether, and now nerve as a massive surfeit to shore up his defences. How fortuitous he should find so perfect an impetus for its design, stolen from better minds than his own. Not very like. Or did I say that aloud? You'll forgive me if I fail to show concern for your ire. Again, I should mention... Yeah, the thing is, there was a lot of internal strife between the legions. Nero's legion, and Realm Reborn, basically, when that happened, the Emperor, Solus, was deathly ill. And the legion that Nero was a part of went rogue and tried to take over Eorzea. If what you say is true, these lands could never hope to recover from such a paucity of life energies. It does look like a white blade. We must hurry and find Verity's heart to both spare the land this wanton harvesting and deny the blasphemy of the source of its protection. Are we to presume we have any intention of aiding us? As I've said, I've no intention of stealing your glory, though I fear victory may soon slip through your fingers if you do not act quickly. The Tower of Abiel was designed specifically for Anima to serve as its core. Overforcing itself upon the system has caused it to grow increasingly unstable. If my calculations are correct, and they always are, it will not be long before his presence triggers a system meltdown. The resulting explosion will destroy whatever tenuous streams of ether breathe life into the lands of Garlemald. Also, because of the sheer size of the tower, that'll be like a nuke going off. But more importantly, we will lose our only means of reaching the moon. The heavens forever denied my genius. Oh, so very unfortunate. Yeah. In any event, to see times of the essence. It's all well and good, but even if you know which district to search, finding the arse will be like looking for a needle in a bloody haystack. Actually. Yeah, pretty much. Possibly worse. Basically, that'd drain an entire land of its ether. It's all rather hazy, but I still have vague recollections of my time serving Anima when I was enthralled. We were commanded to erect some manner of facility tucked away in a corner of the creek. I remember not what it was for, but it's as good a place as any to begin our search. It certainly sounds promising, but surely this facility will be heavily guarded. Then maybe it'd be best to divide our forces. If it's just the four of us, it won't prove too difficult to sneak inside and find the hearts. Meanwhile, our main force can stand ready to storm the Tower of Abiel when the barrier gives out. Be safe. Basically, two small parties going. This is Levier. What? Very well, we shall return at once. A number of Garleans have left camp at the Tower of Abiel. Very good. They have somehow misunderstood the threat at the tower and they perceive themselves as Nerva as taking refuge there. Still cling to their ill-placed patriotism, no doubt. They cannot have gone far, if we act quickly, perhaps they can be found before they come to harm. A wise man would not waste his time on a few refugees. I thought she used stallions even better. To ignore the plight of those who might conceivably save is not wisdom, so. It's all attempt to you, Taylor, I join you. Alright? I will return to camp and begin preparations for our assault on the tower. Not to be a burden. That said, it would behoove us to avoid any undue confrontations if possible. Now then, let's be off. basically the ruins of a city. And that's augmented magitech. Well, automated, not augmented. No trace of them here. Let's keep searching. They must have bloody legged it, because the camp's all the way down there. There we go. Someone help, please! Yeah, that came from over there. Mate, you're unarmed. You shouldn't have fucking legged it over there. Great. I'm gonna sell. It's like, sure, I don't like Force, no, but I don't have to tell Alpha no modality that their dad's got himself killed. Bloody dingbat. Is shaken, but otherwise appears to be unharmed. Terminus beast, yeah, that ain't good. The tower's being guarded by them then. You three. You're the ones who came to speak with us before. We heard Lord Nerva returned, was assembling his forces on the tower, but you misheard us. It's a blasphemy. A bit more tricky than having returned. He's already gone. Not Lord No, not Lord Nerva too. There really is nothing left for us. I'll not deny your situation is dire, but you are not without a path forward. I believe you have the passion and conviction needed to rebuild Garlemald if you so choose. Or failing that, you could begin life anew in Charlian. Rebuild Garlemald? No, there's no point in entertaining so lofty a dream. We'd sooner die than suffer alike if under the rule of another. You would sooner seek death than sanctuary. Your resolve is admirable, but sorely misplaced. If you would not see Garlemald rise from the snow and ashes here in Ilsbard, might you consider venturing onto a new frontier? New frontier? Where exactly is this land ripe for exploration? No, I think. There, on the moon. It is our goal to create a repository of man's knowledge there, free from the jurisdiction of any nation. As I understand, the magitech and technological advancements of Garlemald are without peer. Your expertise would be indispensable in the endeavour, should you be willing, of course. You really expect us to go and live on bloody moon? Is that thing even possible? Who's your better alternative? Lest you forget, Garlemald did not rise to grandeur from complacency in the present or rumination in the past. We live for the future. It's in our blood. Life is not without its hardships, of course. Even I remember the occasional stumbling block. But even should I stumble, my eyes are forever fixed skyward, seeking ever greater heights. The Empire may be lost, but I still progress a great deal of knowledge gained from it, and the desire to seek more. The very notion of exploring the moon is an unprecedented prospect. You would balk at the proposition boggles the mind. Consider this. You have heard that the beasts of the final days were born of those happy souls that have given up on everything, yes? If that is indeed the case, can you tell me why you still stand before me? Because deep down you believe your life is yet worth living. Deep down you long to reach the unreachable. Or perhaps you don't. If you should choose to lay down and die here in the snow, that's none of my concern. Reach for the unreachable. That sounds like something I would have said back at the academy. Alright, we'll go. It's just better than dying here in the snow, as you so beautifully put it. Then we must first dispense with the blasphemy that commands the tower. It's hard to believe Lord Nerva of all people could be turned into one of those monsters. Please, you must stop him. Put his soul to rest. Yeah. Thank you. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. Well, you've kind of gotten the... Well, honestly, it's kind of come good. It kind of sounds like something good come of it. Thank you for the rousing call to action, but I thought you had no interest in getting an affairs. Let's misunderstand. I abhor the idea of my countrymen blindly following miracles they know next anything about. Besides, it would be a most piteous sight for not a single guardian to be among those venturers to the moon. Who else might prevail upon want to learn of new findings up there? He wants into this. Quite simply put, he wants in. Sweet some. Don't sell that. From Not Nero's told us, time is now a luxury we can all afford. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, if only for the moment. The others are no doubt finishing their preparations for battle. Right then. In that case, I will walk. 100 gil is next to nothing at this point. I've got 6.5 million. Ah, yeah, let's have another one with off them out. I just hope the other's absence means all proceed to pace. Good, you're all here. With the recent arrival of reinforcements, our preparations are all but complete. Oh, those are some big guns. Apologies for our lateness. Seems our release sometimes unbelievably close to blow. Fates and kinds of this with the last sea of those damn bastards. Commander Aldine, Lord here. Thank you both. Yes, of course, understood. Lorenz and the others are recalling Varys' heart. The barrier protecting the blasphemies will soon dissipate. And the time has come at last to storm the Tower of Babel. Admiral Merlewib and Lord Enric wait our arrival at its base. Then we should be about to take. I suppose this is a good opportunity to keep my hammer from rusting over. Yep. I will accompany you as well. As the foreign representative and a member of the survey team, I feel it is my responsibility to see this through to the end. Looks like you for the fighting type. Despite appearances, I'm no stranger to the battlefield. Indeed, I have seen my fair share travelling around the world in service of the foreign. Though I may not be the equal of Alpha Noah Alice, we should not find ourselves locked in it that much. You better live up to you, you better live up to the name of their dad, though, mate. When you've all finished your preparations, we shall reconvene at the Ensalada. Yeah, Hien is a very big... Yeah. Hien, he's like Rauban on his own, he's a fucking big gun. So's Hien. Not so about the other ones. No, Merlwyn's a hell of a... Merlwyn's like a fucking cannon. Yeah, this place is basically full of Gallian tech. Some of it more dangerous than others. Some of it a lot more dangerous than others. Time then, is it? All our progress is accounted for. Shall we proceed? Your progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. In the event that you are defeated, you will be able to try again for the most recent of these. Please note that if you enter battles associated with other quests or log out from the game, first progress will be lost. And there's no eye level cap. Brilliant. Oh. Oh, good. Our objective is simple. Locate and eliminate the blasphemy Nerva. Though the barrier guarding him is no more, a number of beasts will surely block the way at the auxiliary sector. Okay. Off to a smashing start, I see. You have seen the tower reach its limits sooner than I anticipated. If we're to save the transporter, we must hurry and find Nerva. Now. Yep. Basically, this is the equivalent of going in with a strike crack force of commandos. It should go without saying, no guard. There was quite a menagerie of horrors and monsters. Right then. Onward!
Reveal the winds favor us.
Down with you.
Okay, that's a heavy gun. Oh dear.
Arizona!
One minute needs to die ASAP. If I don't kill it now, it's good. If I don't kill it, that's not wipe. Is that the last of them? Of course. Can't afford to repeat our advance any further. Commander Aldine, let us hold them here. Marta Fortuno, take the others and go. Quickly. Understood. That's where we're headed now. Leave the cannon and... Gosh. What the hell is he? Oh, jeez. Leave. Leave now. Garlemald is mine. He's down. That was fun. For glory everlasting indeed. Is it over? Has the danger passed? By a hair's breadth, perhaps. But yes, I'd say we've managed to avoid a fiery ruin. Our path to the moon is open once more. The duty of Charlian has ever been to chart the course of history, not to change it. Thus did we fervently hold to our policies of neutrality and non-intervention. In truth, it was all in service to our plans of exodus, to abandon this star to its ruinous fate. Hard so it may sound, I still believe it was ultimately for the greater good. It was cowardice. Thanks to you and your comrades, however, it was a fate that did not come to pass. Charlian will now find a new way forward, not merely for the preservation of knowledge, but for the betterment of this star, and all who call it home. I believe I speak for all of the Forum when I say it would be an honour and a privilege to work towards such a goal alongside the Allied nations. Aye, an age of true and everlasting peace is finally within our grasp. We'll seize it. Together. I enjoyed that fight. It is a relief to know we've no longer a need for battle. Despite my experience, I must confess I'm ill suited to it. The Allied nation leaders, meanwhile, demonstrated an aptitude for combat far and above what I might expect from diplomatic figures. And you, my friend, I see now why you are so well regarded as a Aussie's champion. Thank you. Also, I can explain why I've got Taylor wearing goggles. He's blind in one eye. The others have already begun the arduous journey home, but before you go, I would offer a word of thanks to both of you. Not for your timely assistance, our plans will be forfeit. The lands of Ilzabad forever defiled by the blasphemy. Please have no need for your platitudes. I labour only to further my own ends, nothing more. We heard the news. Thank you for everything. With Lord Nerva laid to rest, we've the peace of mind to move forward, to move on without regret. There you are. Now, what all this I've heard about cleaning up the tower real? Are we finally ready to return to the moon? What fortuitous timing. Allow me to introduce you to Living Way of the Lockers, Moon Dweller and overseer of the survey team. Living Way, these good people will be the moon's first residents. I trust you and the other Loporrits will take good care of them. Please residents? Oh no. I mean, yes, so splendid. So many long years of planning and preparation. The moon is absolutely most definitely ready to accommodate your stay. No, it's not. No, it's not. I've seen stuff on the moon. I've seen what you consider to be accommodation. Maybe Uriandre has helped you out a bit. But I had to go into what was what you were going to use as residence. Yeah. And had to clean up some of the mess. Glad to hear it, and apologies for the delay. I must first confer with Lawrence and see to our final preparations. But your residence is to be, and the survey team shall be here ere long. Might I trouble you to relay word of our success to Shirabart and Radzahan? I should think the tidings all the more heartening coming from you. Until next we meet. Until next we meet. I should mention, in order to actually access these quests, I had to level at least one of every road. Wait, no, you're not leaving for the... Wait, no, you're not leaving for the moon without me. Glad to see you've got your priorities straight, Nero. At least now it doesn't look like he's going to explode. It's still an ominous fucking tower. Right, bird. Go back to Shirabart. Oh yeah, it is. I know enough about that tower to know it's as ominous as fuck. Oh, the bunny thing? Yeah, they actually live on the moon. They're its caretakers, so to speak. They are well intentioned. They have good intentions, but they are not all that bright. They're also a reference to the hunting ways from Final Fantasy IV. It's like a lot of Endwalker. The early game end. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of Endwalker is like a whole plot. Like the first half is a bit of a plot reference to Final Fantasy IV. The moon in particular. So it's true then. The blasphemy in Garlemald has been struck down. You're right to call it who it seems. And with no other outstanding reports of blasphemy sightings, I dare say you've seen the last of them. Perhaps now we can finally start to put the final days behind us, strange though that may sound. On behalf of my fellow delegates and the Radiant host, I extend to you our humblest thanks. I hope when I next call you, there'll be under more fortuitous circumstances. Savvy day. In any case, it is now time for me to find someone to raid, because that is my goal for the night achieved. I won't be streaming again until Sunday, when we're back to normal circumstances and Tales of Berseria. So what we are going to do is see what I can find. Right. Ooh, someone's doing a bit of key sanity. And they're someone called Smite. Let's see how they're doing then. Raid. Wrong button. Raid. I need to spell it. I want to make sure I spell it right. It's capital S. In any case, I will see you tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. I'll see you on Sunday when I get back to Tales of Berseria. Because honestly, all I've got to do now on this are like raids, are like my roulettes and hunting. You take care. See you Sunday. Bye-bye.